What's up, guys? I'm Luke with True Southern TV, and if you know me, you know I am big about tourniquets. If you're not carrying a tourniquet, at least in your vehicle, and realistically on your body or on a backpack every day, then I think you're doing an injustice to not only yourself, but the people around you. You never know when you're gonna need one of these systems, and they're not complicated to use, but people just don't take the time. And so I'm up here at the Snakestaff Systems booth. I'm so excited for one of the new tourniquets they've just dropped. Now, I've seen a lot of tourniquets drop over the past several years, and none of them that I've really been crazy about. Now, if you're in any kind of medical field or any kind of first responder field, you know that typically we're gonna carry the CAT tourniquets. In fact, on every bag that I have and several in my vehicle, and a lot of times on my body, I have the Gen 6 tourniquets. But I was really excited to walk in and see their ETQ tourniquets, and I'll tell you why. So, as we look here on my bag, if I pull my CAT tourniquet here, I love it. And in fact, I've had to place several of these. One just very recently for a brother in my fire department that was hit while we were on scene. And thankfully he's doing better, love you, Ted. But, you know, this is a very important piece of gear to have on you all the time, especially if you're in the firearms industry or the outdoor industry, because you never know when something bad's gonna happen. And this is great, however, this is a little cumbersome. If you're trying to everyday carry this, especially if you're a female and you are wearing tighter clothes or tighter pants, then this is hard to conceal anywhere, not make a real big deal. So let's look at the ETQ. And these are the products that I'm excited about. I saw them at range day right next to a gun and got more excited about this than I did the gun. And let me show you why. When we look at the size comparison between the two, it is a massive difference. So when we talk about carrying this every single day, being able to slide this in your pocket, even in a mag carrier on your vest, you can fit way more of these in your truck and in different places. So size-wise, I absolutely love it. Now, been talking to one of the guys that designed this, super cool guy, and what we were talking about is like, you know, is it gonna hold up the same way that my CAT is? Because that's important, because if you're gonna use a tourniquet, the worst thing that can ever happen is it break on you or you have some type of failure of mechanism on it. And so if we set this aside, and so they've got two different systems, first of all. You've got your wider and your narrower. What I would say about the narrower is this is easy to carry on you, but I would not use it for long term. But as far as having this narrower tourniquet, it's a lot easier to keep on you conceal if you're out in a place where maybe you wouldn't want something a little bit larger, and it'll get you by until you can get a larger tourniquet on someone. Now, if we look at this tourniquet, a couple of the little design features that make it great. Number one, your windlass is a little bit smaller, but when I picked it up and started messing with it, one of the developers was like, yeah, break it, I dare you. I was like, all right, cool, if you're gonna stand behind it like that, I can dig that, because a lot of times that's the failure point. And your next failure point is where you class this in. So once you tighten your tourniquet down, you stick it in here. It does have a carabiner system. What I love about this is if you look at the CAT systems, they have a little plastic piece that wraps around, and it's strong, it is thick, and your windlass sits in here for your lock. But the problem is, even though you have Velcro here, there's no mechanism really keeping this from having a failure, because if you've ever had to put on a tourniquet, you know it has to be extremely tight. And so the fact that they went ahead and put a carabiner system in here is pretty cool, because you know, it allowed them to change the thickness of the plastic a little bit, but also make sure that you're not gonna have a failure in this system right here. And so all in all, really love it. They've got a chem light on the side of it, which I dig that. Not every use that's practical, but there are some uses where I wouldn't mind having a chem light here. But just overall, great product. Very small, very compact. You know, we'll get them out in the field and test them for you guys in the next couple of weeks and show you how they hold up. But I would say just right off the bat, of the probably 10 to 15 new tourniquets that I see every year at SHOT Show in different places, I'm more excited about this one than anywhere else. And should it hold up, I'll be replacing a lot of my tourniquets with something, because it's a little lower profile and a little easier to carry. And price point, you're still looking at the same price point as the CAT tourniquets, about $36 for the wide and $32 for the narrow. So that's it. As long as at the end of the day you know how to use these, please, if you don't, grab you a video, watch one of our videos, and understand how to use these, because they are a life-saving device that anyone can use, no matter how old you are. I've seen kids that can use these all the way up to older people. You know, it's not a system that you have to have a lot of strength for. It's just a system you have to understand how to work. All right, go ahead and let me know what your favorite tourniquets are. You can drop those in the comments below, and make sure you're following True Southern TV on all the social channels. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.